Alright, welcome back. The heroes have killed their friend Vendi, and after executing the entire Goblin clan, have learned just before the fight broke out with King Fatmouth that his advice to Torben was aim for the belly.
Right.
Torben, you did a climb check, and you were able to scale this 20-foot wall. This kind of a challenging wall. And as soon as you got up there, three animated skeletons basically stood up, and we need to roll for initiative. Before we roll for initiative, Torben, will you roll a perception check?
Will do. Sounds so loud in my ear. 9.
Okay, does that include any bonuses you get?
Oh, whoops. Do I get a bonus on perception? Why is this rolling a tail? I don't think I get a perception bonus. Where is that?
Should be under skills. Bottom of the knowledge section.
-1 actually. Is that right?
-1. All right, so you got an 8.
Yeah, 8.
You're the hero's hero. You're the new hero's hero. All right. Well, all you perceive then is that
Now I get a slight echo with you.
this room is basically where the bones of some ancient warriors were set up, and those that are in the room. So just Torben and the skeletons. You get a free action here to maybe communicate to your guys what's going on, and we'll take it from there. Oh, I guess we already rolled this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. One thing real quick before we go into battle here. How do I equip that sword that I picked up?
I thought you said before you climbed up that you had equipped Dragon's Bane.
It's not actually like in my...
Oh, we would have to go through and create it in your character sheet and stuff.
Fuck it.
Do you just want to roll that one manually, buddy?
I don't remember the stats on it.
So it's +1 attack modifier, 1d8 +1 for damage, and then versus dragons +3 attack modifier, and 2d6 +3 for damage.
Nice. Okay.
And you never mentioned loves. Does it have crits beyond just 20?
Longswords are 19 and 20 for
Okay,
crits.
so 19 to 20 for crit. I'll see if I can maybe get that created in there while you're fighting these skeletons.
I'm alone up here fighting, so. Okay, so I'm obviously going to turn around and call down to Leo and Davia. I'm going to kick the rope down to him. Behind already and shout out.
Does he have to roll a check to see if he whiffs when he tries to take the rope down to us?
I'm gonna let that happen. No need to roll on that one.
Say, skeletons, get your asses up here. And so they're pretty far away from me right now, right?
Not really. The first one that rolled that's a nice line that you've got.
How you wrote it?
I'll just delete that. The first one is going to move 15 feet, and you're going to have an attack of opportunity here, Torben. So why don't you go ahead and take an attack of opportunity as he comes into your kind of range of control.
Alright, so first I have to roll my attack, right? So do I have to roll? It's an attack of opportunity, right? So do I have to roll just a d20 to see if I hit it?
Yeah, it's just a standard attack that you get to take as a result.
Okay. Natural 1.
Plus 4.
Okay.
5.
Our very own Lork. It's amazing. All right, so you miss. The skeleton number 1's going to take a swing at Torben, and let me get out a dice here. Pull this guy over here. It's a D20.
Okay, so Dragon's Bane should be updated correctly now, I think.
Nice.
Man, throwing rocks. Our skeleton rolls a natural 20. Let's roll to confirm, see if that's a real crit. Does not confirm against your AC. I assume your AC is over 10. Torben, it's like 19, right?
My AC. Yeah, probably was not fine.
Yeah, it's
17.
17 flat-footed, 19.
So opportunity to Travis, you actually texted me today asking about this concept, right? So when you roll to hit, if you roll a 19 or a 20 or whatever your weapon's crit range is, if you then roll a secondary time to confirm that you really did hit the sweet spot, then you do critical damage. But the first 20, if you roll a 20 on the first time, it's not an automatic crit. It's
Right, so you just have to be above the AC in order to confirm.
the second time you just have to be above the AC. That's right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So in this case, this guy does not, and so our friend Torben is going to take a little bit of damage. He takes 6 points of damage, 4 plus 2. And our second skeleton is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get into range. And we'll stop there.
How close does it have to be for an attack of opportunity?
Everybody's range as a medium-sized character, which is humans, orcs, stuff like that, is 5 feet. If like a giant has what's called reach, it can go 10 feet. Dragons can go 10 feet, for example. Torben, you're facing 2 skeletons by yourself. Give us a little sense for where your mind is at. What's going on?
Torben is beginning to panic. He climbed up this cliff, got to the top, saw 3 skeletons. One of them bum rushed in. Torben tried to take a swing, fumble. Just, he's wielding this sword that he's never used before. He's not familiar with it. Yeah, he's not looking too good. He's not feeling very confident right now. He'd feel better if his friends joined him.
Okay. What are you going to do?
Let's see. Well, I guess I'm going to try to swing at at number 1. Even though he's diagonal to me, it's still within my range, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any square that you're touching.
Alright, I'm going to just going to attack. Here we go. Come on. Whoops. There we go. Oh, what's that? Shit. Let's see. Sorry, reroll. 2. So 4, 6. Fuck, I'm gonna die.
I thought you tested these at the Nerd Center.
I did.
We're going to be down to 2 heroes real fast.
Okay. Torben takes a swing. Dramatically is going to be surrounded in no time. Skeleton number 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 moves closer. Torben is becoming surrounded. I'd like to now add Leo and Daviak. You guys were not part of the initiative roll, but let me add you guys in here. Leo.
Can I retreat? Can I climb down the cliff?
Oh, sorry. That's a good point. You took your standard action. You have an opportunity to do a move action if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to get my ass out of here. Because I'm gonna die.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb, what? Can I move? How far can I move in the standard, or in a move action?
I think it's 20 feet. It's on your character sheet.
Right. 20 feet, yeah.
All right, so that's a 20-foot cliff right next to you, and we'll say,
So that'd be just down to the bottom.
yeah, if you move right there, that would move you down to the bottom. That's fine.
Alright.
I think, however, in moving more than 5 feet away from the skeleton that was right next to you, he gets an attack of opportunity,
Oh shit.
right? So he rolls 7, so that was a miss. So Torben turns his back to jump down this, to work his way down this cliff face. Skeleton number 1, sensing an opportunity, takes a swing, but maybe surprised by its success on the first swing. It does not have the same success on the second time. Let's see here. Let me arrange by descending. It is now Daviak's turn. Daviak, tell me, give me a sense for the flavor here. What's going on? So your friend Torben just comes barreling down. He's bleeding from having taken some damage from some skeleton. You have not seen these things yet. What's going on?
I mean, I'm thinking until we get him healed up, we should all chill together here at the bottom. Does that make sense to everyone? Probably shouldn't. You know, because you're going to have to wait. Leo's going to have to heal you on his turn, so probably silly for me to go up there and hang out by myself.
Yeah, I wonder if the skeletons would come after us down the cliff. Yes,
Do we have any range to fire up the cliff, or do we want? I mean, does the cliff truly make a difference where it's inhibiting or advantageous or disadvantageous to us being at the bottom of it and them at the top, or does that not really matter?
Yeah, I guess one thing related to that, Lubs, should you be closing off that section of the map to us right now?
I can, yeah. So why don't I...
Because I'm assuming we can't see up there.
Yeah, basically from down there, you cannot see where they are right now.
So I tell them there are 3 skeletons up there. I just got words, and they can tell I'm bleeding, big gash in my side, and we need to regroup.
Okay, there's about 6 seconds to make this happen, Daviak.
Yeah, I'm assuming we just want to kind of chill down here. I don't think I don't have any way to heal him up. So I'll hold steady.
You have to. Does Daviak and Leo have to roll for initiative to get order turn order here?
Nope. We'll just say it's Daviak and then Leo.
Okay.
So you're up, Leo.
Holding your action. Okay. Leo?
Well, seeing as Torben took a pretty significant hit his last turn, and readying for what he tells us is 3 skeletons at the top of this cliff, Leo kind of takes a deep breath and begins to heal or channel energy towards Torben.
All right, let me give you some quick background. In the last case, something that you're not aware of from your character sheet, after you guys killed the Goblin King, there was a wand of Cure Light Wounds, which you can individually cast at individuals, which might actually make more sense here.
Yeah, it's got 9 charges.
A channel energy, it can either heal kind of as an AoE heal, or it can be targeted as a damage dealing effect against certain kinds of characters. Consult your character sheet for more data.
Oh yeah, and it actually works against undead, so it would be perfect against the skeletons.
Right. So I had a wand of healing that had 9 charges. Did I use one?
No, it has not been used yet.
All right. Where would I see that in my?
We just have it written down from the end of the last session.
Gotcha. It's in your notes. Okay.
So yeah, what is it? A 1d6 or something per charge?
Whatever Cure Light Wounds is.
1d8 plus 1.
1d8 plus 1.
Nice.
Wow, hit me up one of those charges, Leo.
All right. So where would I go and roll for that?
So what if you want, you can just type in the chat window to /roll space 1d8 plus 1.
// What am I doing?
/
/ roll. Say that again.
1d8 plus 1.
/ roll 1d8 plus 1. Unrecognized. Any spaces?
Yeah, the other option, the toolbar in the top left, there's a dice icon, which if you open that up, you can set up rolls within there.
There it is. All right, so I got
One.
a D8 plus 1.
Oh,
Roll that bad boy.
So that's 6. That's perfect.
we'll ignore that first roll.
Oh, did
Yeah,
I hit it?
What first roll?
Did I hit it twice?
Nope, looks good.
Did you just hit it?
So-
the wand basically has no charges. What's
Corbin
going on?
is very grateful to Leo, and the wound, I'm all healed up. Still light, but feeling good.
Okay, Leo, that was what's called your standard action, right? So you have basically
Right.
in any 6-second turn, you can do a standard action, which is like casting a spell or attacking somebody. You can move up to your allotted movement speed, which I think for your character is 20 or 30 feet. And you can do a free action, which is like dropping something or saying something, something like that. So you've basically done your standard action 6 times by casting that wand. We'll say that you did the 6, and that's fine. My question to you, I guess, is do you want to do anything with your movement, or do you want to do anything around your free action?
I think that with that being my standard action, I kind of brace myself for what I think is incoming. 3 skeletons, and kind of hope that Davek and Torben carry the bulk of the battle attack here for me. So I kind of hold my ground here.
Okay, fantastic.
So one thing I was just thinking about, Lubs, I'm kind of curious about, I was just looking at the channel energy that Leo has, and the damage version, it does a 30-foot radius burst of divine power. Even though we couldn't see the skeletons, could he have actually cast that and it would have hit them blindly?
It depends on view, right? If they were in range or in view.
Well, it's a 30-foot burst, so I'm wondering if it's just an area of effect.
Well, I think the way I'd like to think of it is it's a 30-foot burst, and that includes in all directions. It would be like a dome. So these guys are up 20 feet, over 10 feet. So I think they would, if they were on the edge of that cliff, maybe it would hit them. But
Okay, I forgot to take into account the 20 feet up for the cliff.
I don't think it would hit him as it stands now. So Leo's turn passes, and you guys hear creaking, and nothing really happens. So,
You're waiting for us up there.
in essence,
Get back up there, Torben.
I'll go. Can all kind of shooting up there together, or is it just one at a time up this rope?
Yeah, I mean, so are we out of combat now?
You are out of combat. You guys sit there listening. Let me, I guess, role play a little bit here. You're sitting there listening, and you can hear the kind of creak of bone and armor clank. You guys are almost holding your breath and listening to kind of sense what's happening. You hear the scrape, kind of a leg dragging behind, dragging on stone, and you get the sense that that sound is moving away from you. Daviak, you glance over at the cliff face, and you notice that the rope that Torben had kicked down, it's still there, and that climbing this wall is going to be a lot easier than it would have been otherwise.
I got a question for you. Am I able to do stealth while climbing?
Man, no
I
idea.
don't know. The fact that those three skeletons have already attacked, they probably know we're around. Would stealth work in that case?
Well, they can't see me right now, so.
Good
Yeah,
point.
he's hidden from view.
Yeah, they don't even know we exist at this point. They only know of Torben.
They're mindless creatures, so I like to think of them a little bit. We're making up house rules right now. I don't know if these will actually play as we find out the rules, but let's say that yeah, that's possible. Since they're mindless creatures, they're kind of like a insect that just forgets, right? It's passed through whatever they have for a mind, and they've kind of gone back to their sentry positions. So yeah, if you wanted to try and stealth, I think that it would raise the difficulty check on. You'd have to pass a climb check and a stealth check to make it happen.
Okay, yeah, I'll see if I can stealthily climb up the cliff.
Before you do that, in my equipment, I've got a rope and a grappling hook. So maybe I could throw like a second rope up and we could go together. Or maybe we all could do that, or at least have a second rope ready to go while you're stealthing.
I like that idea. That's cool. Why don't you throw a d20? We'll do a skill check just to see if you're able to land the grappling hook on the surface up there. Perfect. I was going to say that was a DC 10, so we'll say that you passed that. So in doing that, however, it does draw the attention of the skeletons, and you can hear them moving towards the sound a little bit.
Maybe we just hang out, wait for them to investigate the sound a little bit, and then mindlessly go back to their position.
Yeah, we'll sit around, see if we can hear them moving away eventually.
Okay. So imagine that one of them actually makes its way into visible range for you guys, and kind of lingers, but it isn't really looking down or investigating. And after a moment, it leaves and takes its post again.
So now I guess we could go two at a time and just head up there and sort of steel ourselves for battle. Or, I mean, so if you stealth Daviar and you get up there, you're going to be in full view of them, right? So is there a point to being to stealth?
Well, I mean, if I'm stealth, I'd be in full view, but they couldn't see me.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
So I could get up there, and then you two could come up afterwards.
If you're stealth, you get a free attack of opportunity if in range, right?
Hey, let me make a suggestion real quick outside of the role-playing scenario. Could I ask one of you guys to maybe be the official, hey, let's write down questions as we go, things to afterwards, so that we don't slow us down tonight. We'll just play house rules however we want, but maybe one of you, the question of can you AoE effect, do spells work even if you can't see something? That was a good question. I don't know the answer to. These questions about stealth.
So I got blind spells, stealth plus climb, stealth, attack of opportunity.
Yeah. I would say that he can stealth up there if he can pass that check.
So do we just want to send 2 people up on the ropes, or do we want to send me up first, trying to stealth?
I like your idea. You stealth up there, you just check it out, hopefully not be detected, and then we'll come up together right behind you.
The one thing
Okay.
that Torben, the one thing that you might share with him is that it's not really dark up there. It's lit, and in terms of hiding spaces for a stealthed rogue, it's going to test all of Daviak's skill.
Okay, so maybe we're better off just sending up 2 people.
Well, what we could do is send up me. I can go up with Leo. You know, maybe get a swing, but then Leo could do that burst of positive energy and
Right.
see how that goes, and then you can kind of come up and do some damage.
Okay.
It's been a while since we actually did any of this role-playing stuff. It's been a week. Don't forget that in the battle with Reefclaw, not only did you find the Dragon's Bane sword, but you also found a potion of invisibility and a potion of levitate.
Oh,
Forgot to
We
mention.
may need those items for the big boss here, so that's good to know.
well, if all 3 of us were up there last time, we probably had a better shot at attacking some of these guys. With only one of them, he was in a bad spot. So, do we want to strategically make our way up there?
Yeah, well, and actually one thing, when you 2 are climbing the rope, or we could have Leo and I climb the rope, and you could climb the cliff.
Oh, you're right.
So we can all, because you have the best climbing.
Yeah, let's do that.
So can we do that, Lubs? Leo and Daviak will climb the ropes, and Torben will climb the cliff at the same time.
No, that's not going to work.
Not wide enough?
Not wide enough for you guys to do that.
Let's do that.
Okay, so then do we want to just go with, send up Torben and Leo, and I'll follow immediately afterwards?
Yeah, let's do it.
So you might just one last thing. That the mechanic here is that even with a rope, you're still going to have to do a climb check. So you're going to have to roll a d20, add in whatever kind of climb bonus you've got, and pass a check. Now the rope helps greatly. It's only a DC 5, so anything over a 5 passes. Anything under does not.
So if I have a 6 climb skill already, it's automatic, right?
Yeah, automatic for you.
Okay.
What's your climb skill, Leo?
I've got a +1.
So it's either take the chance of you rolling anywhere from a 4 to a 20, or I get up automatically because I have a 5 climb.
We should try because he's got the person healing,
Okay.
and if he fails, well, you know, rather than fail now
Right.
when the battle's already going on, because we know you can get up right away.
Okay.
So we'll roll that 1d20 plus 1.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Naturally wrong.
Jeez.
Okay, so each successful climb
He
check.
falls and breaks his leg.
The good news is that each successful climb check allows you to climb half of your move speed. So that would be 15 feet for Torben. So Torben, you climb halfway up, you look over, and you see Torben start to grab the rope, and somehow he gets it like twisted, and he's like swinging, almost knocks into you and knocks you off your rope. You kind of dodge because you're a gifted natural climber. He's like swinging back and forth like Mr. Bean or something, and clatters to the floor. So Torben, you're about halfway up. Well, you're more than halfway up. You're 15 feet up this cliff, but you're not quite. You're almost to the lip. What does the group want to do?
I say we try again. I wonder if here's another question. Maybe can you try again?
Yeah, absolutely. You can try until the one challenge that in clattering, you did hear that the skeleton nearest to you seemed to have noticed some kind of sound. You hear some scraping.
Dalvia, do you just want to join me and jump up there together, and we'll start the battle, and then maybe Leo can get his ass up the cliff eventually.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Leo is remembering his high school gym class, and, having the recurring nightmares of him not being able to climb the rope in gym class. He can watch from the bottom. One thing Leo can do is if Daviak and Torben do get to the top of the cliff and get into trouble, I can channel energy burst and heal you at any time.
Right. The one question for you, Lubs, maybe it doesn't matter since we're not in combat, even though Leo is already fumbled on the rope, since we're not in combat, I'm assuming I could just step right up and Torben and I, with our high climbs, can climb up together.
Yeah. The challenge now is that Torben is one round ahead of you in terms of the distance he can climb.
So I'd say just slide on back down and climb up together.
Okay. As Torben slides down, once again, skeleton kind of comes, takes a look. You hear him scraping, dragging that leg back.
This is going to be the longest entry to a battle ever.